Hey everybody. Today I'm here to read the story Anansi's Sons to you. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the picture up here. And as I switch pictures, you'll see that I will give a verbal prompt and say, please move to the next picture. And I will also move my cursor to be down beside the corner of the story so you know where I'm at in the video, in the story that goes with the picture. So I hope you enjoyed this story about Anansi. We've read a couple fables before from Africa, and Anansi is a very wise spider. So people that tell Anansi stories in Africa are telling examples of good things to do. Kind of like when we listen to Aesop's fables, they tell us ways to be smart. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first picture. You see a red spider and a group of spiders standing around him, listening while he's talking. And this is the story, Anansi's Sons, a tale from Africa. The question in this story is, what are your special skills and how can you help people with them? Long ago, before the moon rose high in the sky at night, Anansi the spider had 6 sons. The first son could see problems from far away, so he was called Sea Trouble. The second son was able to build roads by cutting through thick forests, so he was called Road Builder. The third son could drink up mighty rivers, so he was called River Drinker. The fourth son could quickly catch animals, so he was called Game Catcher. The fifth son could throw a stone a long distance to hit a mark, so he was called Stone Thrower. And the sixth son was big and round, so he was called Cushion. I'm gonna ask a silly question, but it seems like all the spider's sons in this story were named after something that they could do well. If your name was something that you could do well, what would your name be? One day, Anansi went away on a long trip. When he didn't return a few weeks later, his sons became concerned. Now we're on the second picture. I see some spiders. It looks like they're cutting down trees. And I see a fish. And I see another spider way up in the top of the tree. The son, called Sea Trouble, swiftly climbed to the top of a very tall tree and looked all around for his father. Suddenly, he spotted Anansi and called out to his brothers, I see where our father is. He has fallen into a river and he's being swallowed by a huge green fish. Then the son, called Road Builder, swung into action. Follow me, he cried. He quickly built a road that led to the river. The other 5 brothers followed after him. Next, it was time for the son, called River Drinker, to act. Stand back, he shouted, and then he drank huge gulps of water until the river was dry. The son, called Game Catcher, ran to the green fish on the river bottom. He cut open the fish, and Anansi jumped out. Now I'm going to move to the third picture, which is in the bottom left corner. Just then, a hungry hawk flew down from the sky. It grabbed Anansi in its sharp claws and flew up towards the clouds. The son, called Stone Thrower, acted quickly. He picked up a stone and threw it at the hawk. Crack! The stone hit the hawk and it dropped Anansi. Down, down, down he fell. I will save him, the sun called. Cushion called. So Cushion stretched out on the ground. Plop! Anansi landed on soft Cushion, and he was not hurt. That night, Anansi said to his sons, "You have been very brave, and I respect each one of you. Thank you, my sons." The following night, Anansi was walking in the forest when he saw a beautiful shining sphere. "I will take this shining ball home and give it to one of my sons," he thought. "It will be a fine reward for the son who did the most to save my life." Anansi took the ball and headed home. But then he realized what a difficult decision he had to make, since each of his sons deserved a reward. He decided to ask the sky god, Naimi, for his advice. Now we're going to move to the fourth picture. You can see Anansi, the red spider, talking to Naime. Anansi explained to Naime what each son had done to save his life. The sky god asked to meet Anansi's sons. So Anansi brought Naime to his home and gathered his sons. "I will give this shining sphere to the son who did the most to save my life," Anansi said. "Naime will make the decision." Then Naime spoke. "I believe Sea Trouble should get the shining sphere, since he was the one who first discovered that his father was in trouble." Then he presented it to Sea Trouble. However, Sea Trouble replied, "I cannot accept the shining sphere because I did not help the most." So Naime next presented the shining sphere to Road Builder, who gave the same answer. As each son in turn replied in the same way, Naime smiled. Just as he had guessed, they all helped equally. "I will place the shining sphere in the sky, where I hope it will inspire all creatures on earth to work together," he said. So Naime took the beautiful sphere up into the sky, and to this day, that is where the moon has remained. Just a couple questions to think about. This story was written many, many, many years ago. Why do you think somebody wrote this story? What is the purpose of the story? Can you find the lesson in the story? I hope you enjoyed thinking about that. Have a great day.